What's up, everybody? It's your favorite. I'm running out of clever names for Constructicon's favorite nerd, and today we are looking at Generation Toys Long Haul. And per usual, I love the vehicle mode. I love like these little scaffolds and little stairs and whatnot. Like one of these big industrial, type. Not industrial is probably the wrong word, but like I've seen dump trucks of this size, like the huge. Not maybe this is probably a bit ridiculous, but ballpark. Like where where you're standing. You're shorter than the wheel. So that's pretty cool. I'll get you a size comparison, and then we'll talk about some detailings. There's that. So, pretty good. Pretty good. This is on loan to me, and I think I've been sworn to secrecy, but I'm not entirely sure. So I'm not going to shout that person out. If that person gives me the ability, I've tried to shout this person out in the past, and he has declined to do so. So I'm going to see if I can talk to him and make that available to you. But good dude. Cleans up really well. This, I wish this plugged in at more than one place. Like it's plugged in there, and then it's just like this softer plastic, and it just kind of wraps around and hangs there. Same with this one. But otherwise, I pretty much like everything. It's good. And then this weapon pulls. Come on, girl. Don't make me look bad in front of my friends. It's just hard to wiggle out because it's in two locations. Let's see if we can't free it up a little bit. There we go. Alright, let's set that to the side. And we'll take a look at the gun. Handle comes down. Pretty cool. You can have it up, you can have it down. Up to you. We got silver paint, different pieces of plastic, giving it a pretty dynamic look, so I'm okay with that. That's all good to go. We'll see if he can hold it here in a bit. And then he comes with an extra head. I'm not going to take it out of the bag. Once again, we have the orange, but it's more of a... Well, we'll compare them at the end. But if you like this head, you can have this head. And then the last bit that we need to talk about is that this can come up. Now, you can have this here, and you can open these up if you want to have that look. All those. And then you can spin these around. You can do anything that you want, your little heart desires, to have him displayed in this mode if that's how you want to do it. This comes untabbed there if you don't want it at all, and you just have the truck. You do have this little bit here that shows up at the top. It's not a big deal for me, but worth pointing out. And I'm having a hard time getting this to sit 100%. You see, like it's got a little bit of a bum wheel on her. Not the worst, but just worth mentioning. Otherwise, we have the rubber tires and stuff, so that's cool. And it still rolls fine. It's pretty good. I wish there was a little bit more of this kind of paint accents along in here. I mean, I'm sure Repro Labels will get it, but it just seems like that's a bit of a missed opportunity. So let's get started. Slide these pieces out here. Bring the fist out and tab them around. They'll lock back on to the front. And they don't hide in the forearm, which is just a nice change of pace. Bring these out. Open these. You can spin these around and fold this back. And that just sits there. I don't see a... Yeah, I guess so. So same on this side. Rotate this down. Rotate this around. Fold that back. And of course orient the hands so that they're sitting in the proper place. I probably didn't need to tell you that. Common sense would have probably kicked in for you, but just for the sake of being thorough, I will. You want to open up these panels here, separate the legs, and then rotate them all the way down, and you're going to need to tuck this combiner port as far back as it'll go, and I don't think that's far enough. There it is. And that will give you the room to wrap this tire around, and it sits snugly in that little socket there. like so. I said it, Robert. I'm sorry. Rotate these pieces around 180 degrees. And let's see what else. We have this piece. This comes down and this heel spur kicks out. And that forms his feet. And then that piece wraps around there, and you can tuck this little handle inside, and that just helps clean it up. Then to finish it off, you just rotate this down, rotate that up, and open this piece here. It's hard to get. Flip the head out, that plugs in, turn it around, and I think that's it. And then you can have it back over top or over up, and then I think, oh no, these wheels also rotate to the back, which is a nice little thought. So I will rather get him cleaned up, and we'll take a look at him. He holds his weapon, no problem, so that's good. We'll just take it out for the sake of looking at him a bit easier. This piece, you know, it's up to you. If you like it back like that, I'm not sure what I like, to be honest. I'm not sure that either of them quite do it for me aesthetically, but they're available to you. And then he has a ball peg head, so you get the swivel, you get up to there, down to there, and the light piping. And it has a silver finish on it, and I will try to hold this head up for you to see so that you can make an informed opinion. So, translucent plastics, they come through, they're fine. We have a butterfly joint at the shoulder, reverse and ever so slightly forward, so that's nice. All the headlights and stuff look good on his chest as well, so to speak. Arm, we have basically a universal joint, so it gets you up to there and around, no problem. I mean, you'll get hung up way back here, but it's no problem. Do you know what I mean? And then you get the hinge, so that's good. It's hard to... Bicep swivel with a little paint detailing there, so that's nice. Single jointed elbow gets you 90 degrees. Wrist swivel, it's way back there, and then a swivel here. So you got both swivels, I'm sorry. And then the fingers are all on one base pen knuckle, so that's fine. And once again, I like the little, a lot of times they have like these little gray plastic breakups in their purples and stuff. Looks really good. Same for the other side. I do wish that this piece like locked in better, and maybe I don't have it quite right, but it seems like it would be better if it did. The back, you can have this up, it's not the cleanest, or you can open these up and set that down in the back, and that's better. You know, a little bit ugly from the front, but not a deal breaker, I don't think. Either way, we'll get you the waist swivel, as long as it's, either way moved out of the way. So that's fine. Then we have this piece, which unfortunately is just a single piece. So that has to flip up. Then this isn't stable. In order to get your universal joints forward, non-ratcheted, but very well tensioned up. And then you can close this and get your ratcheted joint out all the way 90 degrees. So that's nice. Thigh swivels built into the bottom of the universal. We got the paint detailing showing through once again on the knees there. And then we have a knee joint. Single joint gets you 90 degrees, so that works well. I wish that this tabbed in together as well. And then for the feet, they're on a hinge here and a hinge, no, it's a ball peg there. So you get an ankle tilt all the way forward, nothing really back, and then you get a pretty great rocker and a toe tilt, and then you got the heel spur. So all in all, he's pretty good. I do feel like proportionally, I feel like his shoulders sit a little low. That's going to bother some people more than it bothers me, and it's going to bother some people less than it bothers me. And either way, you're right. It just comes down to what you prefer. But for me, it looks like his shoulders sit a little low. And I think I like this flap open, but I think he's intended to have that flap over. I don't know. I'm gonna take you. I was just gonna wait until we got Hook, but I'm gonna let you guys see what they look like all together because I think it's worth seeing. So there's 5 of them, and I think this is definitely a team where they're greater than the sum. Like what is it? No individual is greater than the sum of its parts. Like they look better when there's more of them. Like all the design choices, they really bring the team together when they're standing next to one another. But when you're looking at them singularly, it's easy to get distracted by the liberties that they've taken with the designs of the characters. And trust me, I get that. But I have to admit that when they're standing together, it does have a cool vibe about it. Alright, to get into combine mode, you got to undo a lot of what you've already done. But some of it you can keep. So we're going to tab those back together. We're just going to free this up for the time being, these inner pieces here. On the back, we're going to open this tire out. Now we may have to spin this in order to, yeah. So we'll do that on both sides. And then we want to bring this around. And is that right? There we go. And then same on this side. Bring the foot down, and then you can lock these pieces back, which keeps that sorted, and you can bring down these ratcheted pieces here, and those are the connector points, and they're pretty solid. So wrap the tire around to lock into place, and then I think you have to rotate these back. Good. Then bring this piece down, rotate this piece around, and this is like a little bit of a smorgasbord here. So open this butt flap here, open this up. These pieces actually double hinge, they accordion down. And once you have that, bring this gray piece out. It sits up inside the crotch. And then basically those 2 tabs have to go in here and here, I believe, while you keep all this kind of sorted. And this is just a little bit of a cat and mouse game. And then this locks in the back, and that keeps it all together for the lower part. And then you can tuck his head away. So just open this piece up there, turn the head around, tuck that in, close that back up, and that's done. For the arm, it's hard to stay oriented, especially going from robot to combine mode. But what you need to do is you need to bend the elbow so you're looking at the back of the elbow, and then hold on one second, you want to free up that joint there, so you might have to spin that out of the way. Do whatever you got to do. Open that up. Rotate this around so that this hand is sitting up. This is all sitting up, and then you slide that in and you wrap this back around the back of it. I'll show you that again. It's hard to explain, but it's a lot easier to do if you're just going from truck mode. Here's the other arm. Rotate there so that you can see the hinge. You want to undo this, bend at the elbow, slide the whole piece in, there we go, and I want to close it the best I can, and then wrap this piece around the back. And that is the most challenging part, and is really only challenging going from robot to combine mode. Then we have these pieces here, and they flip out to kind of, and actually these wheels are supposed to come down. Now I think they have them angled like that. That's going to be a personal preference thing. I think I like them just sitting out to the side, but whatever. So same on this side. And, you know, you're supposed to do it like that, but I don't know if I like that. Call me a traditionalist. And then open this piece out there. And that's that. And, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. You know, I wish that, like, these should stay in a little bit better. They slide a little easy. These pieces, they come out a little bit easier than you may like them to. But, you know, this is going to be a slide-in piece. It feels like it's going to, I don't know. I am optimistic about the sturdiness. There's a little bit of give here. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm not willing to abandon hope, I can tell you that. But there are a few things that set the Spidey sense off a bit. But we'll see. We'll be seeing here hopefully sooner than later. But not a bad little mode. Final thoughts wise, I'm sorry first of all I don't have a nice dynamic pose, but I want to make sure I got this guy boxed up safely. I've been having a string of bad luck recently, and this is the second time I've transformed him and he's still a little wibbly wobbly. So I don't know if I can say that it's me. I mean, it very well could be me, but I'm just not entirely sure. I just wanted to say that the negatives for this guy are that there are a few panels that I wish would lock into place as opposed to just kind of lay in place. These are one in robot mode and such, and there was a couple other places where I just felt like it could feel more secure. But aside from that, I felt like it could have used more paint, especially in there. Could have used those warning stripes. They've been really good about those on this set, and I kind of feel like why did we stop? What happened? But whatever. It just, I don't know. I don't want to start walking backwards, Generation Toy. Let's see, I mean, I get why these had to be rubbery and just kind of tabbed into this place in order to, you know, move these side panels out. I get that. I just feel like, I don't know, it just feels a little weird with them being so not secure, insecure, in a way, you might say. One might say. Let's go with it. But yeah, I think that overall, it's a pretty good thing. The materials are good. The transformation is awesome. It's probably the most intuitive transformation that they've had thus far. So I definitely like to see stuff like that. It's fun. It flows. It works. There's a number of things that move in order to kind of fill out spaces and clean it up the best that it can. So I definitely appreciate that. The paint where it is applied well. Accessories make sense. They're not over the top, and it looks like it could be a good body for a combiner. We'll have to wait and see how that turns out. I'm anxious to see myself. I'm not sure if I get to shout my guy out, but he knows who he is, and there was another gentleman that stepped in and kind of helped. So I want to thank both of those gentlemen, and they kind of remain in the League of Shadows. What is that? What do you have there, Smeagol? What does it say? Skullface. Please review this. Don't tell anyone where you received it. We are many. We are legion. We are nameless. Third party is a strange beast. You know, it's third party. Sometimes things get a little cloak and dagger around here. But all in all, I definitely appreciate having the opportunity to take a look at this guy. For the most part, I think it's done really well. It's probably one of my favorites in terms of how it kind of operates and moves and transforms and works in every mode. So if you're in for the set, the good news is this is a good one. If you're not in for the set, this is probably the third good one. I liked Scrapper, I liked Scavenger, and I like this guy. So hopefully Hook will be good too, and it'll just be two that are the odd men out, and hopefully it'll all combine and look pretty. But we'll have to wait and see. No spoilers yet. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.